Lions play a heck of a game. Hey, check this out. Boop, boop.
Tune in to Alley Lives Podcast for all your sports and entertainment.
And the highest fan. And that put that there on Barry Herman Calvin, man. Go Lions! Get that noise, I want my brand and my dame. Ryan kneecap, that's what we at. That's my swag, that's my brand. Yeah, I'm back for all that. I got racks, I got bands. Talking gritty, walking me, cause I'm a bad, bad man. Tell them boys, get that noise, I want my brand and my dame. Ryan kneecap, that's what we at. That's my swag, that's my brand. Yeah, I'm back for all that. I got racks, I got bands. Talking gritty, walking me, cause I'm a bad, bad man.
What's up, Lions fans? I'm back with another episode. Hey, we just had that awesome, great game against the Browns. Didn't I tell you we was going to win? Hey, man, y'all got to start listening to me, man. I be predicting so much good stuff. Hey, like and subscribe to my channel. Hey, and let's get at this game. This was a good game, a great game. The Browns came in today. In the first drive, Joe Flacco went 5 for 5, went straight down the field, and they scored 7. I was kind of, whoa. I was a little bit worried. on that. I'm like, wow, this offense is terrible. So, like, how in the world did they just come down and score that easy? Man, so I was kind of upset. And a little side note, TA had 2 holding penalties, which led to automatic first downs, 1st and 5, 2 holding penalties on that drive. But I'm not ragging on them because after that, you didn't hear any more. They played an awesome game in the secondary. A lot of times, Joe Flacco did not have any place to go to. Not to mention, they dropped a lot of passes. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Flacco started off kind of spooky on the road, came in 5 for 5, went straight down. They had some good runs sprinkled in there, and they came down and scored on the first drive. After that, everything went downhill. They went back after those 15 scripted plays. It seems like they went back to the stagnant offense that they are. I mean, this offense looks almost like a high school offense. You know what I'm saying? It's so simple. You can almost see what they're doing when they're running and when they're passing. But anyway, Joe Flacco he was 16 for 34 with 184 yards, 184 yards, 2 interceptions, two interceptions and a fumble. Jukic, this new guy, this running back they have, Jukic, this guy looks pretty good. Jukic had 21 carries for 84 yards. He looked pretty good. I hated that, though. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of pressures on Jared. Defense is the number 1 defense in the NFL. They had a lot of pressure on Jared, but guess what? Zero sacks on Jared. They shot themselves in the foot a lot. They had a lot of big key third downs and key drop passes. I mean, for big chunks that were dropped by the receivers. The interception, 2 interceptions by Flacco and a fumble. Now, didn't I tell you in this game before, I said, we're going to have to score. We can't just go up and down on this team. We're going to have to score on this team with our defense making turnovers and getting those points off the turnovers. And we got 24 points off of turnovers today. 24 points off of turnovers. They also was doing good in special teams. The Browns was doing good in special teams. Last game, they blocked a field goal to end up winning the game, and then came down and kicked a 55-yard field goal to actually win that game against the Packers. But in this game, they missed the 55-yarder, and they gave up a 56 punt return to Khalif Raymond. So on all facets of the game, except for defense, Defense really played their game, but the rest of they did not play complementary football, so that's why they're on the losing end. Okay, there was a lot to say about a whole team doing nothing. No, they defense really did good. But let's go to the Detroit Lions and let's talk about the reasons we won this game today. Why did we win this game? Because they called me and I told them the same thing I told y'all on the podcast, that I say, hey, you got to protect the ball, and then Dan Campbell was like, well, I always preach that to him. And, every week I say, just emphasize it a little more, protect the ball. And, we have to run. We got to stick with the run. Even though they're a good run defense, we have to stick with the run. And Dan Campbell was like, you know what, Mark, you're right. So, they stuck to that plan. So this is some of the stats that was laid down by the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff was 16 for 27. Jared Goff was just 16 for 27 for 168 yards, but 2 touchdowns and that ugly interception. That interception was pretty ugly. I don't know if he underthrew J-Mo or he just threw to the wrong spot, J-Mo, and just read that play wrong. I believe he think the safety was coming in, and then the safety started backpedaling the whole time, seeing the ball, and that's how he caught it. So that wasn't good, but he still had a good game. I would say they capitalized off the turnovers, and that was my key to the game. 24 points off of that, plus you get 7 points off of special teams. That's the complimentary football. You see what I'm saying? That's the complimentary football that I was talking about. Bates had a 55-yarder and a 41. You speaking of complimentary football. Khalif Raymond with the 62-yard touchdown. Not to mention some of the key blocks that he had when we did get some of those runs popped open. And even on the St. Brown play, Khalif Raymond made an awesome block. Of course, Sonic. Boy, look at that run. Look at that run. Good touchdown run. Sonic had 15 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Boy, that boy is amazing. It was some hard struggles. He took some hard hits today. But Jameer is that dude. Demo had 9 carries for 12 yards. It was a rough day for Demo. This is a super fast defense, so you got to hit that hole immediately and get past those blockers and find your way. And today, it wasn't just Demo's day. He couldn't even do the barrel to knock people over. This was a strong, fast defensive line, so they took care of a lot of things. But Demo, good game last game. You coming back to do yours. The Sonic and Knuckles thing one day. One day one get on, the next day the other one get on. St. Brown. What else can I say about St. Brown? This man, I know he gonna catch the ball. You know he gonna catch the ball. The team know he gonna catch the ball. Everybody on TV know he's gonna catch the ball on third down, and he still catches the ball every time. He had 7 targets. He caught all 7 targets for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Oh, look at that little juke move. This man is the truth. Come on now, St. Brown. He probably should be the player of the game. J-Mo had 2 catches for 40 yards. J-Mo. Come on, man. I know Jared didn't probably have good enough time to set his feet and really get them balls to you but man, 2 of them balls you dropped. I know you sick about it. I know you sick because I know you that type of player. I know you sick to your stomach about that, bro. I know you sick to your stomach about that, man. Interception. Let's talk about the defense. Let's go to the defense also. Who all had a sack in this game? Because we keeping up with that pressure. Alex had a sack in this game. Hutch had 2 sacks. DJ Reed had an interception, a beautiful interception. A beautiful just jump the route, intercepted, jump over the man, dive and catch. Beautiful interception. Kirby had an interception. But who did I tell you was going to be the player of the game? What did I tell you? You got to look back at the stats. I should pull up. Anyway, go back and look at the stats. I said Hutch was going to have 3 sacks and 10 pressures. He had 2 sacks and 10 pressures, but I just misunderstood. I couldn't get my telepathy in real good, and it was a fumble. I meant to say 2 instead of 3 sacks. It was 2 sacks and a fumble. I didn't see the fumble clearly, but I knew it was a game-changing play. You know what I'm saying? So Aiden Hutchinson, if anybody's going to be the player of the game, the 2 player of the games offensively, it would have to be St. Brown. St. Brown would have to be one of the players, the offensive player of the game, and the defensive player of the game would have to go to Big Hutch. He made some key plays. He would have had 3 sacks too. He would have had 3 sacks, but then they caught a holding penalty on the secondary, and they took that. That was another sack strip fumble, but they took that away because of a holding pass, a holding call in the secondary. Man, this was a pure good game. A good game, but like Dan Campbell always say, what he say? We have to play complimentary football. This was not a game, like I told y'all in the last podcast, this is not a game where we're going to do a 95 and a 96-yard drives. That wasn't happening with this defense. So I know we had to, meticulously go down that field, or we had to make those turnovers. And not like the last couple of games, because we really didn't capitalize off of turnovers in the last couple of games. They had some turnovers where we went 3 and out. But this time we got 24 points. That was major. And the 7 points from special teams. That was complimentary football all the way around. Man, that was a great, great, great game. The Lions, 38. What was it? What was the score? The Lions 34. I forgot who we played. Dang, they did unforgivable. The Lions 34 and the Browns 10. What did I say? I said it was going to be 24. I'm for my fault. I seen the 4. I couldn't get it in. I said it was going to be 24-10. I got the 10 right. 34 though. I didn't give them credit. Let's go, Lions. Hey. I ain't gonna keep saying the stuff about Herman Moore, but I gotta keep saying the stuff about Herman Moore. Hey, I want to be on Herman Moore's platform, put my podcast on his platform. So holla at him, let him know if y'all know him. Hey. Dang, I did that wrong, my bad.
And the highest fan, and that put that there on Barry Herman Calvin, man.